Hello everybody, my name is Chris and welcome to The Art Adventure. At the end of every year, I like to recap and look at all of the art that I've made. And this year I've made about 100 pieces and it's miscellaneous. So there's paintings, drawings, sketches, everything. And I was trying to think of a way to present it and make a fun video. And then it dawned on me that Americans and like just our world loves to put numbers and review and critique everything, which I'm not a huge fan of. But to appease the algorithm gods, I figured, why don't we rank everything that I've made this year? So we're gonna hop over to the computer and we're gonna do one of these like tier list things and rank everything. So come on, join me. If you've never seen this tier list, it's really simple. It's just like the grades you would get in school. So it's A, B, C, D, but there's S at the top, which is like super or superb. And that's like the top of the top. So we got a lot of pieces, so let's just jump in and get through it. We're gonna start off with this sketch. I'll put it at a C. Not that bad. Quick, probably 10 minutes I took on that. This Star Wars painting, honestly, maybe an S. Like I really love how that painting came out. This futuristic squirrel sketch, I might put at a C. Could have been cleaner. This landscape sketch, I hated it at first and I kind of like it now, but I'm B or C. I think a C. I could have done a lot better with that one. This deer, actually I don't love this one. I'm also going to throw it at a C. I think my colors came out really muddy and the perspective's a little off. Lobster pot, I think is a B. Could have done better. I think the perspective's a little weird on that one too. And something about the colors were just off to me. This pigeon sketch, well, I got it tattooed on me, so I better like it, but I don't think it's the best thing I've ever done. I'll throw it at a B. It's on my body for the rest of life, so we gotta live with that. This painting is okay. Could have done better. The light just kept changing so much. It was such a fast sunset, so I'll put it at a B for now. These little sketches I'll throw at a D. They were just fun, quick little ones, but I didn't really get what I was going for. Same with this sketch. I'll throw that at a D. I mean, both of those ones were just kind of like making it up as I go, so they weren't really supposed to be anything more than that, but they were fun. I finished my first kids book in the beginning half of the year, so I'm gonna show a lot of like these pages, so let's just kind of get through that. And we'll start with the cover. I think the cover came out really good. I fought with it for a while, and it was a little tricky. But I like the colors, I like the idea, and that's a double cover, so the dog is walking to the back. This map is the first page, and I think that's, you know, for what it is, it's good. I think it's a B. I might have been able to put a little more detail in it. This was my first cover attempt, and the things were just too distant, so I'm going to put it as a C. Couldn't really tell what was going on, and the main character is too small. You needed to see his emotion. This one, honestly, S. I think this is one of my favorite drawings I've done in that book. This one, I'll put it at an A. I think it's great. I love the colors. I love the turtle in the foreground. I think it has a pretty good composition, and I was really feeling those clouds. I'll throw this one at a B. I don't know why. Put this one at an A. I think that has some good colors and shows a lot of emotion in that one. I'll throw this one at an A too. I love how those ducks came out in the little puddle. I think it's so cute. And honestly, S right here, S right here. These pages, I just think I nailed it. Probably the most solid 2 pages in the book. And I just wanna say I'm so cool and I'm so good at what I do sometimes. This is a B. I think it might be a little complex for a kid's book in retrospect, but I think it shows the idea of time going by fairly well. I struggled with this page a lot and I still don't love it. That went through so many different iterations and I settled on this. I don't hate it, but I think it could have been better and I don't know why it could have been better. So we're just gonna leave it at a C. Kind of the same thing with this page. Don't love it, don't hate it, could have done better, but I don't know how I could have done better. My beautiful face is gotta be an S. I drew that as just kind of like a logo for like everything. I use it for like my business, for illustration stuff for the YouTube videos, and it was pretty fun. I think it came out pretty good. Okay, so this horse painting, I'll put it at an A. Great story, really fun painting to do, but I think it lacks a little depth almost. I don't really know, but it's lacking something. This plein air sketch might be my worst of the year. I don't want to put it at a D. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on with it. It's almost like it's unclear with the perspective. This plein air sketch was really fun. I think it came out pretty good. I could have done better with the atmospheric perspective, and that's what I was practicing. I wanted that duck to look more in the background, and I think it's a little too pronounced, so I could have done a little better with that, but it was still good. The rocks, okay, came out all right. Could have, it's rocks, I am so bad with rocks, I need to get better. This barn, put out a B, I think it was really good. Cat, I'll put out an A. I think the lighting on the cat is really nice. My dog in the river, I painted that for my mom, and I feel like when she watches this video, she'd be disappointed if I put it at a C, but like, I feel like I could have done better. I'll put it at a B. I love you, Mom. This one was one of the trickiest plein air paintings I've ever done, and that light kept changing so much I had to come back a second day because I actually ran out of light, but I'll put it at a B. I could have done better, but I think it's pretty solid. The cow I'll put at an A. I think that came out really nice too. This railroad sketch I'll put at a B. I love the colors. I was really loose with that background, and I also kind of went for an illustrative look with microns, so I think it was a cool little blend of both. This tree with the glowy sunset is fun. I'll throw it at a B. There's not a lot going on in it, so it's kind of hard to put it above it or worse. I think it's just for what it is, it's solid. This is one of my favorite paintings I think I've ever done. I love how those cows came out. Throwing that right at the S. The poo bridge. This bridge was cracking me up when I painted it because it just someone graffitied poo on it, and it was hilarious, like why? So I had to paint it, and we'll put it at a B. This one, I'll put it an A. I think I was locked in. Kind of same thing with the trees, with this wire telephone pole. Good sunset, good composition, but there's not a lot of information to make it better or worse. I think it's just a solid, that's a good painting. Swan, A. I think it's really nice, but the background I could have worked with a bit, and same with the foreground and the lily pads. The lake, I'll throw out a B. This might be a hot take, but I actually don't love how this one came out. But I don't hate it. I have mixed feelings. We'll leave it at a C. The bench is actually pretty good. I think proportions might be a little funky, but I'll throw it at an A. I think it's one of my better plein air paintings this year. This little value study I think is solid. It could have added more trees, so I'll throw it at a B. This wingnut I think is actually really good study of a single object. I thought it at an A. So this boat I painted while I was in Wells, Maine, and I exaggerated the boat size a lot, but I do like it, so I'll throw it at a B. We'll go to B. McDonald's, that was fun to do, but I don't think it came out good, so I'm actually gonna throw that at a D. No, it's not as bad as the stick. I'll throw it at a C, it's fine. The lake, I think is A. I could have gone darker with the water. The barn is a B. These two doggos, I need to edit the color as it's a little strong, a B. This little character sketch for a comic I'm trying to make, I'll throw out a C, because I'm developing him. He's not done yet, but it's a pretty good sketch, and it was a quick one. It was like 30 minutes. This might be an S. I think this is one of the better paintings I've actually done. I really impressed myself with the glow of that sun coming out from the trees, and I'll throw it up there. The motel, I think is a B. This, I think is a C. I'm so bad at painting rocks, and I don't know, just a lack of detail. I don't know. So these frogs, I'll throw at an A. Really love how that came out. My chicken jockey caricature is an S. Do you know how many kids would walk past that drawing while I was working and scream out chicken jockey? And I actually got a lot of business from that drawing because people would walk by and be like, oh, that's a sick drawing. I love chicken jockeys too. Let's get a caricature drawn by you. So I'll throw that at an S. This skateboard painting is definitely an S. I had to combine so many different elements and thematic ideas into this one painting, and I think I pulled it off. I do kind of want to put it down to the A because I rushed and I didn't spend as much time painting, but I think it deserves an S, maybe an A. The lighthouse I'll put at a B. I don't really like the blues that I used in the sky, but I think the rest of it came out nice. I think there's a good sense of foreground with the branches kind of peeking out in front. This taco caricature that I drew at work was fine. I'll put it at a C. This sketch of my comic characters, put at a B. I didn't really know what I was going for. I didn't know what they looked like. I was just making it up as I go. So it's a super early development idea, but it belongs in a B. This little dirt bike sketch, I'll put at a B. This Jacob painting, I'll put at a B. This painting, I will put at a C. I don't like it. My pickle caricature, I'll put at a B. I think that one's really fun. This dog painting, I'll put at a A. I think that's one of my better ones, to be honest. This little painting, I'll put at a B too. No, I'll put at an A. Why not? This plein air sketch, I'll do a C. Something about it. This little sketch, I'll put at a C. I wish I made the glow a little stronger. This illustration I did for a wedding invite, I think is really solid. I'll throw it out the A. This little boat painting definitely is an A. This sky painting is an A. Love those clouds. This plein air painting is a C. It was a quick one, wasn't locked in. This tiny little fella, I'll put at a C. The farm painting is an A. I really like that one. I think it's beautiful. Food cart, I'll put it an A. I think it was fun. Little baby and a pumpkin, that's an A. It's cute. Tiny little painting, put at a B. My fox on fire, I'll put at an A. I think it's a really good idea, but I could have done the fire a little better. Alligator, I think is an S. That water is really good. The bench on the beach is a B. No, it's an A. These posts in the water, I think is a C. I don't think you can really like tell what it is, to be honest. This Ferris wheel, I think is an A. It's actually a repaint of something I did a few years ago, and it's much, much better. Seagull on a pole, B. Bird in a pine tree, I'll put it at a C. You can't really tell that it's a pine tree and you can't really see the bird, but it was a good attempt. This painting's a little unfair. I used $3 watercolors and $4 watercolor paper, so you know, the odds were stacked against me. But for what it is, I think it's a C. Yeah, it's a C. It's all right, you know, whatever. This beach painting I'll put at a B. The second half of this year, I just was like super saturated with my colors. Almost like eyesore saturated. This is for book 2 of my kids' book, and I think it's an A. It's really colorful and fun, and I think it makes you want to go on an adventure in space. Same with this page. This is a present for my family, and I think it's a B. I rushed it a bit, I didn't make the proportions right, and my colors were a little but I like the idea. I think it's all there. This I will put at an A. I was watching a lot of Paul Clark watercolor videos, and I was just kind of like super locked in. No, I'm gonna put it at an S. I love the rocks, I love the water. I'm gonna put it at an S. And that leaves me for the last one, which is my baby ducks. This is everything, right? I'm not going to individually rank A, B, C, or D, but I'm quickly going to rank the best of the best. So I'm gonna do that really quick. All right, I got my top 12. Last one is going to be the chicken jockey. Then it's going to be the logo of my face. And this was a hard list, so now we're getting the top 10. I think number 10 was the skateboard. I think if I spent a little more time layering and maybe dropping the horizon line just a little, it could have made it a lot better. Followed by the alligator. Number 8 is going to be this page from my kids' book. Spot number 7 and 6, kind of interchangeable, but I do think the lighthouse beats out the sculpture just by a bit. I think the rocks in the water really make a big impact. Top 5 now. This page I just love. I think the water came out beautiful, the ducks are cute, and it kind of just shows a story. Number 4 is the pirate chase scene of my book. I think it's just warm, it's inviting, and it's a fun page. Number 3 is Star Wars. I love this painting. I think it came out great, and it's awesome. And now 1 and 2, I'll let you decide. It's either the baby ducks or the cows. I cannot pick. I think I love them both. And what do you think about my list? You probably either hate it, you love it, you might have put one somewhere else. Again, I don't think reviewing and ranking everything is totally fair, especially when we're talking about artistic things, but that's a deeper conversation for another day. Anyway, thank you for joining. Please like, subscribe, or comment. It really helps me out, and it means a lot when you do. So I'll see you on the next art adventure, but in the meantime, keep making art.